Well, everyone, iOS 17.4 has just officially came out, so let's go and take a look at it on the iPhone XS Max and see if it's worth installing. Now, I will always tell you, if you have any iPhone, especially some of these older iPhones, and you're already on iOS 17 or the latest version of software, I would always recommend installing these updates because they're very, very important, and they're going to be a lot more secure and just a lot better to install rather than installing and using the older ones, in my opinion. Now, iOS 17.4 brought a lot of stuff to the table. If you want to install, click on General, click on Software Update or About if you want to even check it, but click on Software Update, and you should be able to install the latest update that's available for your particular device. Now, the big thing here is that within emojis, you now get 28 new emojis within this particular version of software, which is actually very cool. So this is using emoji, 15.1, that particular version. So you should be able to see those new improvements here, which is really cool. And 28 new emojis, that's a lot of different emojis you have on your particular device. So that in and of itself is a very, very cool thing. And I'm very much looking forward to that on this particular device because I can express myself and you'll be able to express yourself a little bit better within this particular device from that perspective, which again is genuinely very, very cool. So that itself is a very cool thing. On top of that, within this particular phone, iMessage is getting a massive update. So we're getting this new secure version of iMessage, which again is a very cool thing. iMessage, apparently there was like an exploit that could have happened on this particular phone. I think that's what I'm understanding. So that should be fixed and I guess kind of brought up within this particular update, which again is a very, very cool thing. And that is something I'm very much looking forward to within this particular phone, as well as quantum protection. So that should be a little bit better on this particular phone. There's Apple Podcast updates. So if you use Apple Podcasts, that should be a little bit of an improvement within this particular version as well. There's also a lot of other things across the board too. I mean, video reactions, which are not supported on this iPhone, but there's an update there. CarPlay got some updates. Siri can now respond back to you in multiple different languages. So there's a lot of cool stuff all across the board, and it's a really big update. But especially if you're in the EU, you now have the third-party engine support, so third-party browsers, third-party default wallet apps, Apple app marketplaces. I mean, there's so many things across the board if you're in the EU. I am not in the EU, so I'm not supported. But if you do have an iPhone XS Max, I would recommend installing this update. I think it's a very, very important update to install. It brought a lot of stuff to the table, and it really only makes sense to install this update rather than going through and trying to install some older update or using an older software version on your phone. Like, just go in and install this. I think you're going to be much better in that perspective. So, kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video.